So I got a text from Jess. Just got down. We're gonna go have a look. I ended up having a couple come in where I was too, but couldn't get a shot on it. Two doe. They're kind of on the smaller side anyway, so I wasn't too upset about it. Oh, there she is. Put this thing in here, and I don't even know how the hell you get in here. Well,
I got a doe.
Got a doe?
Got a doe.
And didn't go too far, huh? No?
No.
So we don't have to track it?
Nope. I know where she is.
Well, let's go take a look.
So she and two others made it to like that tree. So they almost walked underneath of me.
Yeah.
And then there was a third one, but it wasn't that close. And then there was three more. They kind of split up. And I was focused on this one, and then one over here blew, and I was thinking, oh, there
geez.
goes my chance.
Yeah.
And
well, when they're grouped up like that, it's kind of tough because they see the movement.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, I was so focused on her, I didn't even pay attention to where like the other ones were.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh man, there they all go. And she kind of like stopped, looked around. She actually looked up at me and just froze. And then
That's your chance right there.
So,
yep.
But the problem was she was so close and these branches were in my way.
Oh.
So I was shaking so bad, she started to move, and I thought, oh geez, they're going. So I actually.
Were you at full draw when this was happening?
Oh yeah, I pulled at full draw like when they were back there.
Oh geez, okay.
Because I thought they were gonna walk this way. So I was shaking so bad that I had to let down.
Yeah.
So when she turned, I shot the arrow into the ground. So that's why that one's on. And she went up a little ways. And
Oh, so you shot an arrow into the ground?
Yeah, because I was shaking so bad I couldn't let it down.
And she still gave you a shot?
Yeah.
God darn.
So she ran over there, stopped, and then started walking through, and I shot her.
Where'd you shoot her?
The arrow's over here.
Okay.
I left the arrow.
Yeah, yeah. She ran into your wind then, because your wind was going this way.
Oh, I gotta figure out where it is now.
Oh, geez.
So it should be over here.
Okay. Ooh, okay. There's your arrow. It's cold out here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you may have gotten into the, well, maybe some guts on there.
Oh, that sucks.
Well, no, I mean, so where is she?
It was high.
Yeah, where is she?
So she's over at a tree over there, but she went up and she laid down right here, right there.
So she laid down pretty quick?
So she like ran up, walked, stopped, and then started walking over here. And I want to say it's by those little trees right there that she first laid down. She didn't go very far.
Yeah. So you shot her right here, huh?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you shot through the trees there a little bit. It's cold.
Yeah. Well, I think some of it's my nerves too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's cold. All right, so she laid down where now?
This might have blood on it when she stood up.
Yeah, the picture you sent me. I saw blood running down. Oh, okay, I see her. Well, that's an interesting.
She put her head in that hole.
Yeah, she put her head in the hole of the tree.
Yeah, here's blood.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was running down her.
Yeah.
Might be back by that tree over there.
Okay.
But it's like
So where'd they come from? Did they come from
here.
the...
Came from over here somewhere.
Yeah, I
Like,
figured
I
that's where they'd bed in, is in that real thick area over
And then
there.
there was like a trap ton. And then while all this is going on, the little Forky walked up the road.
The little what?
The little Forky. The little,
Oh, did he?
yeah.
That is a very strange thing that she did there.
Did I get her gut?
Maybe a little. That's not that bad of a shot, babe. It's a little high, but...
Yeah, she put her head in the hole.
It's a good doe.
Thank you.
You alright?
Yeah.
I think it's not that bad of a shot. You know, she was quartered on you.
Yeah.
You know. That's a good doe, Jess.
Thank you.
It's a good doe. Good job.
Thank you.
She was the lead doe, you said, huh? Yeah?
She had, so when they were staring at me, not staring at me, but when they were by that tree underneath my stand, a littler one like kind of walked up in front of her and like looked up at me first.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the little ones are dumb, though.
So I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pull her and the bow at the same time.
Guess we're about to find out, huh? Ooh, look at you go.
Which way are we going?
Just find the path of least resistance and take her out there.
Walk this way too, babe.
Huh?
Walk this way too.
Yeah, well. You want me to do it?
No, Dad.
All right.
I gotta switch hands. It's heavy. She's heavy.
Battery's getting done.
Tough getting through.
Yeah.
Critters.
Almost there. Sure you don't want me to do it?
I got it. We're almost out of the woods now.
Uh-huh. I'll tell you what, I'll be a gentleman and grab your bow. How's that?
Thank you.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. It was a pretty exciting day. Jessica finally gets put on the board, beating out a whole bunch of people that we know. So those of you who know who you are, just know that Jessica finally beat you, you know, at this. So Just a couple quick things about, like we mentioned in the video, and I clarified in the video, but tell them again why you shot that first arrow in the ground.
So,
After she explains it, I think it's actually kind of, I mean, there's no way you're going to do this with a mature deer, but like a big buck or even a really old doe. But I think that this worked out better in the long run.
so there was a group of 6, and they were kind of off in the distance, and the way that they were tracking, they went behind one tree, so I stood up. They went behind the second tree, so I drew back. And then they decided, instead of going the way that they were coming, they were going to turn and walk right at me in the stand. So I would say, what would you say that tree is, like 4 yards?
Not even.
So
yeah, that's
from my
pretty
stand,
close.
there's another
yeah.
tree. They stop at this tree, and then
There's definitely no shot there.
there's no shot.
You're right on top of them.
Like, there was no way.
I mean, unless you
so
shoot them in the spine,
yeah.
which I suppose you could have done, but that's not
So,
really ethical. You know?
They stop, and they're just kind of looking around, and then one of the little ones looks up at me, and then the big one that I shot looks up at me, and at this point, I've been drawn for a while because they're just standing there.
See, to that thought though, so where they are, at least going by the forecast, and I was wind checking at my stand, those deer were downwind of her. And I found that interesting, that they didn't spook at the wind, but you do wear scent lock stuff. Plus, I mean, 3-4 yards, the wind is likely going over them at that point, but they're looking up right at her. But that's something that to take away from that. If you're at full draw on a deer and it's looking up at you, just don't move.
Yeah.
Right? Because it doesn't know what it, you know, the deer
Yeah.
doesn't know what you are.
I mean, they were staring at me. They didn't spook. They're
Yeah.
just looking at me.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm holding for a long time, and my arms are shaking. And so in my head, I had to let down or shoot or something.
Well, what
So-
happens when you let down, typically?
Well, so when I let down after holding for a while, like, everything goes wonky. The arrow flies like funky, and so instead,
Watching her target shoot's hilarious, because when she has to let down target shooting, she'll like let down and the arrow pings off and everything else.
so
It's pretty
instead,
funny. Yeah.
I decided to shoot my arrow into the ground. So I aimed for the ground and shot.
I kind of got to thinking about this. We're there's actually a lot of those walnuts in there.
Yeah.
And the tree that I was in actually has the walnuts dropping, and one of them hit me in the head that morning. And I got to thinking about this. That was probably better doing that, because the deer probably just thought it was a walnut dropping or something, just a loud branch dropping
Well,
versus. You know.
After I shot, of course, I moved, and some of the deer that decided not to come with these ones
Saw you.
saw me, and the one blew.
Yeah.
So they kind of scurried, but this particular doe went up a little ways and stopped. And so that's when I had my next opportunity. So she went behind a tree, and I drew back, and as she walked out, she kind of stopped, and that's when I shot her.
Yeah.
And she only ran maybe, I don't know, 20 yards from where I shot her. Kind of stood there for a second, laid down, then after a little bit got up and walked like another 20 yards, and then laid down
And expired. Yeah.
and died. So
Yeah.
yep.
The area that you're in is not huge, but there was a lot of deer bedded in there. I thought there would have been. Yeah.
So there was at least 6 doe that I saw. And then where I sit, there's a little forky buck.
I was gonna tell you to tell them about Forky.
So there's a little
Yeah.
forky buck. I've seen him a bunch
This
of
deer is
times.
so stupid.
Little tiny guy with a little fork, you know. And
He walks around like he owns the place.
He does. I saw him on the first day
He
across
is
the
so
way.
dumb.
But during all this commotion with the does, I hear noises behind me, so I turn around real fast and look, and he's just trucking up slowly, just do, just owning the forest.
You know,
and-
I've seen young bucks even. I've seen like yearling bucks, spikes, act spooky. I've seen them act like big bucks. This deer doesn't act like
No,
that.
I have a video of me walking
He's
up on
dumb.
him, and he kind of like is checking me out, like, "Oh, what are you?" Eventually,
He looks like
"Oh."
a dog that's coming up to get a treat out of her. I mean, he's dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe he might be pretty nice in a couple years, and
Yeah.
he'll stay stupid.
He'll
you know?
stay my buddy. Yeah, we'll See?
Well, congratulations, sweetie. How many years did it take you to do this?
4.
4 years of very hard hunting. Public land, climbing with climbers, 1-mile, 2-mile walks,
Yep.
very close calls.
Some
Very,
close
very
calls,
close ones.
yep.
One in particular even made you cry. It was so close.
Yeah, because I lost it in
Because
the
you lost it in the
woods.
woods. Right at that last light where you got good light in the field, but you lose, like when, you know, everything's still greenish sort of a couple years ago. When the deer walked in, she immediately disappeared on her,
Yeah.
and you don't see well in the
I don't
dark
see
anyway.
well in
Yeah.
the dark, so like if it was out in the field, it's a whole different story than walking into the woods.
Yeah.
So,
You get down like right at prime time, I feel like.
because I can't see.
Yeah. So, early season, in the late season that probably won't happen because all the green will be off the trees.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
well, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions, or if you just like the channel, like and subscribe. We appreciate it. We had a good day. I got one. You got one.
Yeah.
And I got one a couple weeks ago. So we're off to a pretty good start this year. We're not seeing bucks other than your dumb buck.
Yeah, my little friend.
Yeah. But you know, it's mid-October, so hopefully in another couple weeks they'll start doing some chasing,
Yeah.
and we'll start seeing some stuff. So
Yep.
get outside and enjoy the great outdoors, guys.
Bye.
Bye.